Greetings, beloved beings of light. It's good to be with all of you here today on this most special day. Hope your day is most beautiful and blessed. I'm at the park across the street from our apartment, my sacred condors, recording a very special guided meditation for this full strawberry moon in Sagittarius. So stick around to the end of this video so you can listen to her divine goddess, feminine, beautiful voice. And if you want the meditation alone, we'll have the link to our Patreon page with just her meditation for this full moon. So we have powerful, powerful energy. You know, the planet of Jupiter is Sagittarian, planet of expansion, and the planet of adventure. Also, Sagittarius, the centaur, half horse, half human, is symbolic of strength, of courage, of power, also good fortune and abundance. So really feel into this energy. There's many things I'd like to talk to you about today, but we're going to try to keep this under about 20 minutes. And then play my Sacred Condors meditation. So one of the things I'd like to talk about today is your purpose, one of your powerful main purpose through this great shift. Sorry for the background noise. We have a lot of traffic around here. So we're going to get through this. I came across the park because one of the neighbor kids started screaming right when I started recording. So, never fails with these special recordings. Let's see, it's very bright out here today. Solaris is blasting us with these higher rays. We had a massive blast today in the Schumann charts. Today's the 10th. We're recording this for the full moon. We'll be premiering this tomorrow on the 11th, June 11th, full strawberry moon in Sagittarius. So I'd like to talk a few minutes. We have a lot of chaos as you're all experiencing in this world. We're still traveling through the chaotic node. So one of your main purposes as a light worker, Starseed, is to be the calm within the storm. Be the peace we want to see and experience in the world, where many people are going into this fear, anger, all these intense emotions. This is a collective purge, some of the final purging energies as we make it through the eye of the needle, through this great shift, this great quantum leap of consciousness. You see, this is the flowering of human consciousness, and all the false energies, false entities, these are all being cleansed and cleared out of the matrix. So one of your purposes as a light keeper, light worker, starseed, however you see yourself, and your mission of this planetary liberation is to be the calm, the eye of the hurricane, the calm within the storm, within the chaos. Through your pure awareness, through your Buddha mind, your Christ consciousness, you see the earth is being flooded with the Christ consciousness, the Christos Sophia energy of divine union, of the eagle and the condor. So all these things that are coming up, the shadows that are coming out, we're seeing all this chaos and these uprisings, especially in the US. So we're here to stay in the heart, stay awake, stay aware, be conscious, as awakened ones of the new earth. You see, we have we're holding the visions. We are vision keepers. We are visionaries, seers of the new earth. The shamans, our medicine people, our medicine men and women, holding the joy, the bliss, finding the kingdom of heaven within is the journey within, the warrior's journey, the hero's journey. These are archetypes symbolizing, this energy of freeing humanity from these nefarious systems, these psychopathic systems. I get a little more in the shade. I'm starting to get blasted by the sun here. I'm under this beautiful, powerful tree Looks like it might be an oak tree to provide shade while I record this. Feeling the energy of, the roots going deep into Mother Earth, into the crystalline core of Mother Earth. So my sacred condor and I were holding the vision of, the new earth shining through, of the abundance for our good people. And also my sacred condor has the vision of our kin's domains. Many of you are hearing the kin's domains through the teachings of the Ringing Cedar books of Anastasia. If you don't have those books or haven't read it, our Divine Sister of the Light, Jessica Schaub. If you look up Jessica and then Ringing Cedar, she has read and recorded all 10 books. There's 10 to the series, so you can listen to them for free on her channel. I'm not sure what it is, but if you type in Jessica Ringing Cedars, you'll see she's recorded. Each book has about 7-8 hours of recording. My Sacred Condors read all of the Anastasia, the Ringing Cedar books, and several times, so that's part of her vision. And the kin's domains is being caretakers of the earth. Our visions, once my sacred condor and our family can return to our sacred land and be caretakers of the earth and stewards of the new earth, we'll be teaching many things. We'll be teaching permaculture. We'll be teaching organic gardening, organic farming, sustainable living, homesteading, food preparation, healing arts, many different things from our land once we can return there, hopefully soon, once our divine dispensations come in. So we're holding, the codes for this great wealth transfer too, shifting from the nefarious people to our humanitarians, which many of you watching this video today are humanitarians, for this new earth and for assisting humanity to raise the vibration, raise the frequencies, to live in benevolence. We're shifting from the nefarious ones to our benevolent ones, our kind, compassionate teachers, guides of the new earth. You see, one of the bodhisattvas I trained with over the years, the Zen masters, bodhisattva, he would teach about the rainbow body. You see, bodhisattva in Buddhism means a Buddha, an awakened being that gave up their freedom and reincarnate into this realm, or into all realms of duality, until all sentient beings are freed from these cycles of samsara. So they didn't ascend fully, they return over and over until to teach the way, the Tao, the Buddha mind. And one of the bodhisattvas, the Gold Dragon Master I trained with for many years and have taught his lineage Kunlun for many years, he would teach about the rainbow body, light body. In Tibetan Buddhism, we call it Jalus, Jalus, his rainbow body. His name in Tibetan was Dorje Sering. Dorje Sering means thunder lama, or thunder being. You see, my sacred condor and I are of the thunder being nation, the thunderbirds, and the thunder horse, are a couple of our tribes, a couple of our lineages, our nations of the thunder beings. So the rainbow body arts is to free yourself, from the simulation, from the matrix. That is what I teach. I've taught many years, and many of our people, the arts, the spiritual arts, the sacred arts of freedom, of Buddha consciousness, Buddha mind, the Tao. You see, the Bodhisattva, also Taoist master of the Kunlun lineage, Mao Shan master, which also I trained in for many years, and I teach some of the arts and the shamanic arts. You see, our shamans are here with us now, our emerald orders and our ruby rose orders. There's some amazing, powerful crystalline codes coming in as I record this, so feel into that energy. This will be transmitted mind to mind, heart to heart. And some of the gnosis, the knowledge that I teach all of you, comes through these lineages that I train with, beginning with the Zen masters and the Hindu and the Taoist, Buddhist, Taoist teachers, sifus, shamans. You see, I trained in the ways. Many of our teachers, through the sifus, through the Navajo. You see, the Navajo helped me when I was a child. The Lakota Sioux, the medicine way of the Lakota Sioux, and the Ojibwe. You see, the Ojibwe I went to many years ago when I went through my 1000th dark night of the soul. As many of you have been through. Some of you going through it now, the dark night of the soul, when you do the deepest shadow work. I found a shaman that was doing a healing. I went to him for a healing. And I had an interpreter. He didn't speak English. You see, the Ojibwe, they were out east, where I come from, where I was born, Ohio, PA, New York. You see, I was born in Cleveland, Ohio. Now I'm out here anchoring in the Pacific Northwest. So he came to Ohio from somewhere in Canada, and he didn't speak English. See, the Ojibwe, they moved, when the Europeans came into, the East, Ohio, PA, the Ojibwe nation, they kept moving further and further north into Canada, and then further north into Canada. And this Ojibwe shaman, he didn't see his first Caucasian or light-skinned person till, I believe he was in his 40s or 50s. They kept, as far away from the Europeans and, the French and the British, all the Europeans that moved in and kind of ran them out, as you all know that story. And I had an interpreter, because I didn't speak Ojibwe. It's not one of the languages I learned. But when he did an energy reading and an energy healing, he laughed and laughed and laughed, and my interpreter, she said, sorry, don't be offended. And I was not. I love laughter, I'm Heyoka. I do the best to make people laugh. Just stay in the joy as best as we can. So, see, the Ojibwe shaman knew who I was even before I did. I was maybe 20 years old. Now I'm 52 years young. So we're reverse aging here through this new earth energy. So there's some massive frequencies coming in. I don't know if you saw today this massive blast, this whiteout blast. I was up over 60 hertz, 70 hertz, something like that. On the Schumann charts, Mother Earth is resonating out from her crystalline core, these 5D codes. Real quick before I jump to this other timelines, you see the Ojibwe knew that White Gold Eagle would not have returned if we were not going to win this war, this battle, however you want to see this spiritual war of light versus dark, good versus evil, all these things. But we're transcending that duality. See, he knew, like, the archons are done, the archonic energy. Because you returned, I returned, our people returned to this realm to complete this mission that we've been working on for thousands of years. Some of us potentially millions, we don't know. So one thing I want to touch on before we get to my sacred condors guided meditation, just wanted to fill some sacred space. So the kin's domain, each family will receive 5 to 10 acres to take care of, to grow. We'll have food forests, permaculture, all these things. My queen and myself and our family, we have many families here that will create the blueprint. Might take us a year or two, several years before we complete the domains, Once the funds come in, I don't know when that'll be, hopefully soon. We're holding those codes and keys. We see the wealth transfer happening very soon. So I'd like to touch upon real quick, some of the teachings I've put out over the years and some of the things I've learned from different masters and teachers, guides. There was a time on the earth, thousands, hundreds and thousands, maybe millions of years ago. One of the great masters, teachers, Barry Long, one of his books he wrote about, he was an awakened, enlightened teacher, and he could travel through time and space. And he went to the time when humanity first manifests into this realm. And we could come and go at will. He saw this. We can manifest into a body, and when we want to leave, we can just think and return to heaven or to our higher self, to our home, our true nature, our true state of being, and we didn't have to go through this death and birth process. We can just manifest at will. This might be symbolic of the time of Eden that many teach about. So we would just take a form and live out a sequence or live out a dream, live out a time here in this realm, and then return it when we were ready or when we wanted to leave at will. You see, that's what the masters see, and it's all about will and intent. See, the Toltec text would teach, everything is intent and willpower. It is whatever it is you intend. You see, the masters see that this realm we create with our perception and our beliefs. You see, the great teacher, genius, Walter Russell would teach, he was a Christian man, he would teach that evil exists only in the mind of man. And a lot of people say, what do you mean? Evil exists, I experience. He didn't say evil didn't exist. He said it exists only in the mind of man, meaning there's not an evil star, there's not evil trees, See, we created the concept of good versus evil, and then we live out these sequences. So, of course, we experience evil acts, people doing great harm against children, human trafficking, all these things, torture, trauma of our people, rape, all these things. We see all these things, but they exist because man's belief in their separation from God, from source, from truth. You see, that belief is implanted into the innocence of children. Since the time the child is brought into this realm and is born into this realm, these concepts of sin, of separation, of duality, of suffering are implanted, and passed on from generation to generation. You see, our star seeds, our light workers, our light bearers, we're here to break these cycles. We're system busters, the nefarious systems. Obviously, there's good systems, and then there's systems of control, manipulation, and suffering. We call samsara, a wheel of suffering. See, Shakyamuni Buddha came into this realm to turn the wheel of Dharma. Dharma is truth. And we keep that wheel turning by speaking our authenticity. You see, we're here to be real human beings, living from our heart, being connected to all things in truth. To be a real human, to feel it all, to open our hearts, to open our minds, to be authentic, to be kind, to be compassionate to our people, to nature. You see, my sacred condor and I both see, man's greatest mistake was separating themselves from nature, taking ourselves out of nature and creating a simulated world or a synthetic world, a world of plastic, a world of, production of many things useless. Not that it's bad, but many things came out of this belief. See, we created a simulated separation and then a simulation of control. So man thinks that they're in control of nature, which is another illusion, which humanity's waking up from. We can work with nature. God will work with you, but not for you. God doesn't pick and choose, but you have to let them know that creative, infinite potential, that creative energy, needs to know what you want. We guide it by taking action, also with our visions and our visualizations and our mantras and our teachings and our focus and our intent. See, it's all about our intent and our perception. How do you perceive the world? Of course, the world is on fire, but we are the world. And we heal the world by healing ourselves, and staying in our heart, being kind, compassionate, real human beings, feeling the emotions, but not projecting those emotions onto others, being of service, but not being needy, and having boundaries, healthy boundaries, where you have your own space. We're not here to force. We're not here to manipulate or control. We're here to inspire and to guide. You inspire others by being inspired with your art. Life is art. Time equals art now on the new earth. See, the new earth is shining through. We're resolving all these final things, of the old false 3D earth. 5D shining through. We're seeing it in these vibrant colors and these beautiful flowers and trees and the sky. Sky nations with us, the star beings. We're connecting with our star family. See, this is all part of the shift. All these things where we all experience. This is all about our direct experience with God, whatever God is to you, Allah, Buddha, the Tao. That direct experience of your true nature, which is oneness, unity, the I am. And this is what we teach. We teach all about the I am, which is love and truth. And we project that love and truth into the world, to heal the world, to heal each other, to heal ourselves. We start in our home, we start in our own physical vessel, treating your body like the temple that it is, to the best of our ability. It's a beautiful scent on the breeze here. It's like incense. Mother Earth is giving off this amazing fragrance. Fragrance. I taught the putty tat. I did. So we feel into this energy. It's also another quick story before I bid you all adieu. Robert Monroe, who created the Hemisync technology, he wrote a couple books. One was Journeys Out of the Body, something like that, and Far Journeys, both amazing books. And when he would astral project, he could time travel through these astral projections, and he would say to his higher self, take me to here, take me to this, I want to go there, visit a friend, and it would take him there immediately, by the speed of thought. The speed of thought is way faster than the speed of light and the speed of sound. That's what science is realizing. Quantum physics, our thoughts are multidimensional. We are quantum beings of infinite multidimensional light. That's what humans are realizing in these final days of the false 3D matrix. So one instance, Robert Monroe, he said, take me to when humans were the most advanced, and he went back in time 300,000, maybe 3 million years. No one really knows. It's irrelevant. We all want to, the human mind wants to debate timelines. It doesn't matter. We just know that long time ago that humans, and this is the same time very long talked about, when humans could come and go at will, humans could also manifest with their mind while they're in the physical form. And he saw this, Robert Monroe and Barry Long, and I've seen it too through visions and meditation, dream work, all these things, lucid dreams, and astral travel. That humans at one time were way more advanced, which is all coming out. Advanced in technologies and also spiritual gifts. That he saw humans could manifest at will. They had the power. We all had the power. And that power is coming back to us. And we're learning this little bit by little bit, inch by inch, time by time. So these abilities have went dormant. There was what people say the fall from grace, or when Atlantis, Lemuria fell. It shifted. That shift. Humans lost many of these technologies, which are returning. Like a ripple effect. Many of you are hearing about the ripple through time. The Grateful Dead song, I used to sing about it. The ripple in still water. That ripple, it's been around since the beginning of time. It's the sine wave. This is the resonance. You see. And it's building to a tsunami. This great wave of consciousness in this ocean of consciousness where all things are being revealed. This is the revelation. The apocalypse, all things hidden are being exposed. A lot of crazy stuff's coming out, But it's like the Cheshire Cat told Alice, you have to be crazy to come here. People are afraid of losing their mind. I tell people, you can't lose something you never had. That's what the Buddhists realized. The mind is intrinsically empty. It is a great mirror, and we fill that mind with thoughts, with images. You see, that's the power of the imagination. Our imagination created all this. The imagination of God, or the infinite creative potential, the creative energy of the universe, the creative energy of the multiverse. Of course, there's infinite universes. If there's one, there's many. If there's many, there's one. We don't get caught up in this or that, us or them. From the very first, not a thing is mu. Mu is the koan, the ultimate koan. When you master mu, you master everything, because you master the void. And some of you remember, I was a guide to many to get through the void, because I remember I am the void, and many of our people needed the sound of my voice to come through the void into the light. Now, dark, nefarious ones want to create another false belief system or false teaching about this false light. You see, that's being projected by the dark energies, by the nefarious energies, because now it's confusing people. People are going into fear when you talk about light, because there's this false light. It's a fake light. It's going to take you into another simulation. No, that's a concept that's being projected by the false ones. Light is light. I know there might be some false teachings or nefarious teachings that have been hijacked by psychopaths, but don't worry about those things. Don't worry about any kind of false projection or false light. We already know what the false projections are. To make you believe you are less than or separate from God, all these teachings, living in sin, all these things. So your truth, your true nature. So let everything else go. I know many things are being projected through the internet and other things that try to keep people's energy down and keep people in duality and keep people debating and keep people distracted. Let go of the distraction. Just stay in your heart. You are the light. There is no false light. There is only truth and love. Everything else is an illusion. So just don't get pulled into illusions. Just stay in the love and the light of your true self, and you don't have to worry about any of these things. Okay, we're resolving all things perfectly in the unborn eternal mind of Buddha. That's your awakened state. It's your here now. I am in this body, and that's all that matters. Here now, in the body of this cosmos that we're surrounded by, and that's within us. It is holographic in nature, and it is one. So have a most beautiful, blessed, powerful strawberry full moon in Sagittarius. The eagle and the condor send you so much love, blessings, and bliss in the light. Namaste.
Hello and welcome to the Sagittarius Full Moon guided meditation for abundance, luck, and expansion. Begin by finding a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Close your eyes gently. Take a deep breath in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose and exhale slowly through the mouth. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. Soften your belly. And let your whole body settle. Allow yourself to arrive fully into this moment. You are safe and you are held. You are exactly where you need to be. Bring your attention to your breath. With each inhale, feel energy entering your body, and with each exhale, let go of any tension and any weight you're carrying. Gently scan your body from the top of your head down to your feet. Notice any places of tension or resistance and breathe into them. As you exhale, imagine those areas softening and releasing. Let gravity take what you no longer need. Now visualize golden light flowing down from above your head, warm, bright, and gentle. It pours in through your crown, melting into your scalp, your neck, and your shoulders. Let this golden light travel down your arms, your chest, and your heart center. Flowing down into your belly, hips, and thighs. All the way down through your knees, calves, ankles, and feet. As the light fills you, it anchors you to the earth, like deep roots spreading beneath you. You are grounded and supported by the earth, but you are also open to the stars above. Now bring your awareness to the moon above. Imagine the Sagittarius full moon rising in the sky. It glows bright and bold, radiant, expansive, and full of wisdom. Its light beams down over you like a silver waterfall. Sagittarius is the seeker, the archer, the philosopher. This energy is adventurous, lucky, wise, and wild. Under this full moon, you are invited to expand, beyond limits, beyond fear, beyond what you thought was possible. As the moonlight pours over you, feel it activating your higher self. Feel your heart open to optimism. Feel your mind open to truth. And feel your soul light up with purpose. Full moons are a time of release. Take a moment to ask yourself, what is holding me back from the life I want to live? What thoughts, habits, fears, or patterns no longer serve me? Visualize each of these limitations like stones in a backpack you've been carrying. One by one, imagine removing them and placing them into the moonlight. The moonlight begins to dissolve them. You feel lighter and freer. Let go of old stories. Let go of needing control. Let go of fear around expansion. You are not your past, and you are not your doubt. You are infinite potential. Now bring your attention to your heart center. Breathe deeply into your heart space. With each inhale, imagine golden light flowing into your heart, growing warmer and more radiant. Silently or aloud, affirm the following. I am open to abundance in all forms. I welcome lucky opportunities into my life. I trust the path ahead of me. I allow my life to expand with joy and purpose. I am aligned with my highest good. Everything is working out better than I imagined. Now pause for a moment and feel these words in your body. Let your cells believe them, and let your aura expand with this magnetic, lucky energy. Now allow your imagination to take over. Visualize your life 6 months from now, when the Sagittarius new moon arrives. What does your life look like if everything has expanded beautifully? What blessings have arrived? What dreams have become real? And what new adventures are you saying yes to? Let yourself walk through this future version of your life. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the success, and the freedom. Notice how confident you feel. Notice how lucky everything seems to unfold for you. You are flowing in divine timing. Stay here for a few more breaths and let your subconscious receive this as truth. Now bring both hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in and out. Thank yourself for showing up for this ritual. And thank the moon for its light and guidance. Thank the universe for aligning in your favor. Know that you can return to this feeling anytime. You are lucky, you are blessed, and you are expanding into your most abundant timeline. Take one final breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and when you're ready, open your eyes.